With another one. I'm back with another one because it's Steve and Laura time all the time. So we we back at it again. I wanted to look at what we got going on here is, we got to look at all the times, that Steve told Laura, that he loves her. But then also the times we're going to back that up with, all the times that Laura backed him up. I'm saying? I'm going to back Steve up and, stands up for Steve. So, yeah, let's get to it. Let's go.
Laura, I know I'm not worthy of you, but I just can't help loving you. It's like wanting to touch a star. You know you'll never reach it, but you've just got to keep trying.
So I think that's the first time that I can remember that he says it actually to her face, like, I love you. But it's one of the deeper ones, even though it's one of the first ones where he says, I literally can't help loving you. So, this had to be, we had to do this first and foremost.
Well, it's so hard for me to say goodbye to you. My heart knows the words, they just won't pump up to my lips.
Oh my gosh.
I guess I'm just clogged with emotional cholesterol.
I'm just clogged with emotional cholesterol. Oh my gosh, brilliant.
I love you, Laura.
Oh.
No, it's not okay. Eddie Winslow, front and center.
Ooh, front and center. Ooh, he getting sunned right now. But Laura is not necessarily sticking up for Steve here, but she's backing him up. I love this.
Newsflash, Eddie. I have feelings.
Right. Feelings.
Inside this scrawny chest, there beats a heart. A heart that hurts. And the reason it hurts is because I've tried very hard to be your friend.
But look, so you see Laura's in the back. So now, let's remember now, Steve is going off on Eddie, her brother, and she could not be more thrilled.
All you've done is take advantage of me. Well, that's going to stop right now.
Look at Laura.
I'm not your personal doormat.
No.
I'm her doormat.
I'm her doormat.
Steve, listen.
No, you listen. Either you take me camping or you tell everybody who really won the short story contest.
So again, so Laura is not verbally standing up for Steve. But again, you got to look and see. This is Laura's brother, and whose side is she on? Okay.
This is a bluff.
Try me.
Try me.
All right. I'm going to go tell my mom that you've been doing my English papers for me.
We were just having a little fun. Fun?
Uh-oh.
Steve could have been killed. Hey, but he wasn't. So chill out, okay? You just don't get it, do you?
Yeah, so this is what we meaning, okay? Don't mess with Steve on Laura's watch, okay?
You think it's cool to come to a party with a mini bar in your coat? You think it's funny to spike somebody's punch and watch them act like a fool? Well, it's not cool.
No.
It's not funny. It's dangerous.
Straight up, straight up.
My masterful plan seems to have had a serendipitous side effect.
Serendipitous side effect.
You missed me.
For a second.
Oh, that's long enough to give me hope. So you used me. You trifled with my emotions. I offered you my heart and you stomped that sucker flat.
He said, I offered you my heart and you stomped that sucker flat. I never even realized he said that. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
No biggie.
Oh, biggie.
What?
Well, you fessed up. That's what counts. Your honesty only makes me love you more.
Bro, you gonna haul your ugly, guilty mug down to the principal's office and come clean?
Hadn't planned on it.
Laura said, ugly, guilty mug. Ugly, guilty mug. But we're just looking at, this is an interesting scene here because, like I said, we're looking at all the times that Steve said he loved Laura, but then we're looking at all the times that Laura has Steve's back or she stood up for him. And it happens in the same scene. This is unusual, but let's go.
Well, why not?
Laura, one person is already in trouble. If I confess, 2 people will be in trouble.
Eddie, you forced Steve to cheat. And now when he needs you, you leave him high and dry. Eddie, Steve was a real friend to you, and it's about time you return the favor.
Oh. Oh.
God, I love you.
So we saw it right there. Laura standing up, you know what I'm saying, to her big bro, you know, on behalf of Steve, raised her tone just a smidge, you know what I'm saying? And then you see Steve here in the same scene. God, I love you. Yeah. It's a jewel. It's a jewel.
The course, that's the direction, and the quality of your life is not just determined by who you are or where you are. It is equally impacted by who you're with. I'm going to say it one more time for your reflection and your contemplation. The course and the quality of our life is not just determined by who we are and where we are. It is equally impacted. I'm not saying those things aren't important, but I'm saying it is equally impacted by who we are with. In other words, relationships matter. They are not benign. They are not casual. They are consequential. They are catalytic. They push us forward or they hold us back. They help us become better or they help us help us become worse.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Yeah. That MC Hammer song, was big time. Steve's little flower thing is even singing it. Oh gosh, Steve is.
What's my little daffodil? How do you like your gift?
Steve.
Look, her delivery on that. I'm confused. Steve, I love it.
Why did you give me this?
Because I love you.
Uh-huh.
Love you. Love you.
Yep. Yeah. Look, move that way. Move it back that way.
Steve, late last night you walked into our bedroom. In your hand was a rolled up newspaper. And you repeatedly hit Carl over the head with it.
Let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight. Okay, I gotta get the details if you talking about me, huh? Yeah.
I walked into your bedroom in the middle of the night
That's right.
with a rolled up newspaper
That's right.
and did this.
Oh. Look, he gonna give you the replay, the play-by-play and the replay.
That's right. Oh, poppycock. Why would I bash the father of the woman I love?
Mm-hmm.
Touching. Sorry.
Sorry. I love it. That's what we looking at. It's all the different times. And Steve, talks about how much he loves Laura, but we're looking specifically. He didn't look her in her eyes all extra deep, but she's in the atmosphere.
Why, you're using the woman I love in a shameless attempt to unnerve me. Nice strategy.
That's strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it won't work. Lar, my judicial jujube.
Why'd you just look at
Today,
So we just looking at all the times in different ways that Steve tells Laura, again, not straight to her face, but in the atmosphere. It's in her eye gate, in her ear gate. It's still going in the gates. You know what I'm saying?
my only mistress is the law. So hang on to your briefs, Mama. I've inherited the wind.
Steve big talking and Laura blinked. Oh gosh, gotta love it. Here comes this dude.
Yeah?
I thought we settled this.
Settle what?
I told you to stop hanging out with the nerd.
You saw he walked up on her though, like he about to check her. Not Laura.
Now come on, I want to dance.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, but we can't dance.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm about to break your leg.
Right.
What?
Nobody tells me who I can and cannot see. I'm my own woman and I can make my own decisions.
But baby,
I'm not your baby.
Wait a minute, see, you got Laura going. you got her going. I'm not your baby.
Look, Steve Urkel may be annoying, but he's always treated me with respect.
Ooh.
And that's why he has a date tonight.
Ooh,
And as of right now,
ooh,
you don't.
you don't. Ooh, I'm telling you, Laura, we tying him up. Now look, made Steve look like the man.
Doesn't matter how much intellectual acumen a person has, in God's eyes, if they're spiritually insensitive, they're foolish. And this is what the text says. It says, walk with the wise and become wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. I don't have to be a fool to suffer harm. I just have to hang out with them. Because when I'm in a relationship with people, their character becomes my blessing or my burden. Relationships matter. Proverbs 27:17 says, like iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance, disposition, the attitude of his friends.
Andale.
What's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
Steve, will you clean the house on your birthday?
Well, it's like my mother says. The dust doesn't know it's a special day.
That's so messed up. Right, Laura? We eye to eye on that, huh? But again, remember, we're just looking at, the times Laura, has Steve's back, supported him, stuck up for him. So, here, this situation where it's Steve's birthday and nobody's acknowledging him, not even his parents. And in comes Laura. You know what I'm saying? To save the day.
Here, I got you a little something.
To save the day.
Happy birthday, Steve.
A present?
Mm-hmm.
For me? From you? How? Take me now, Lord. It's all downhill from here.
Open it.
Gee whiz, Steve.
Half off the price of admission to Cheesetown. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you, Laura. I love it.
That's so sweet. Again, I just love the fact that she actually got him something that she knew he would like. I just think that is so important in this day of materialism that is values. Like that's a present right there, straight from the heart to the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad you're happy. I wanted to give you a party, but I got a late start and everybody already had prior commitments.
Oh, no need to explain. I totally understand. It would take a miracle to get people to come to a party for me.
Well, I'm glad you understand because...
Surprise!
Bam! Yeah, she came through. There's so much about Laura. Laura's like, look, Steve, you might get on my nerves. But I'm not gonna let you spend your birthday by yourself like a nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just love this.
Happy birthday to you.
Ow.
He's touched.
Thank you all from the bottom of my little Urkel heart. I've never been so happy.
You deserve it, sugar, because we all love you. Right, gang?
Well, I was here. I think maybe I might.
Look at Laura. Laura, look. I threw him a party now. Don't start putting words in my mouth. Laura, you know you love Steve. Stop it.
Steve, I think you better blow out these candles before we have to call the fire department.
First part of that. This is what I love about Steve and Laura. You see the different ways of things being, expressed. With Steve, he just tells her straight up, I love you. But Laura doesn't necessarily say I love you, but if you pay attention, she says it in her actions. She says it in the things that, if you look at it with Laura, let's put it like this. If you look at it with Laura, Laura really goes out of her way for Steve. She just does it quietly, right? She doesn't make a lot of fuss about it. She doesn't necessarily tell him, but she goes out of her way for him. So it's just that thing again, looking at it and saying, Steve is saying, I love you, but Laura is in her actions. And I think we can just be encouraged by that to understand that there's, love is not one dimensional. We know that just from God's love for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not one dimensional. Love can be expressed in multiple different ways. We ain't talking about it in no marriage bed yet. We ain't talking about like that. But just on a regular level, your mother, your daughter, your best friend, which is what Steve and Laura kind of are here, because they're not romantic as of right now. The one thing you have to realize about it with relationships is that they're always affecting you. They're impacting you one way or another. Every single person that you are around on a consistent basis is affecting you. They're communicating something to you, either something good about yourself or something bad about yourself. And the one thing you can look at, they're affecting how we think about ourselves, how we function, how we see ourselves. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you there's the people around you that are affecting your reflection. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just love this and wanted to look at this. Is number one is to look at the kind of the two different love languages that you see between Steve and Laura, but also understanding that Laura, maybe she's not verbally saying anything, but she is communicating Steve's value. And if you go based off just her actions, you will see that his value is very, very high. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.